What if I told you that the universe is listening to you right now? Not in some vague, mystical way, but literally responding to the thoughts you think, the emotions you carry, and the beliefs you hold. Imagine for a moment that reality is not fixed, not rigid, not solid in the way we've been conditioned to believe. What if reality is fluid, like clay, and your consciousness is the sculptor? This is the essence of quantum manifestation. It sounds unbelievable, almost too simple, and that is exactly why most people refuse to accept it. They expect the secret of creation to be hidden in complex rituals, ancient languages, or scientific formulas that only a few geniuses can understand. But what if the truth is hiding in plain sight? What if it's so simple, so obvious, that people overlook it entirely? The quantum field, a vast invisible sea of energy, contains infinite possibilities. Physicists call it the field of potentiality. Spiritual teachers call it the unseen realm. Regardless of the label, the principle remains. Every possibility already exists in the quantum field, waiting for you to choose it. Your thoughts, your focus, and most importantly, your emotional state act like the selection tool. You don't create from scratch. You collapse one of many possibilities into physical reality. Think of it like tuning a radio. All frequencies are already in the air. When you twist the dial, you don't create music. You simply tune into the station you want. Quantum manifestation works the same way. The life you want already exists in the field. Your job is to align with it. And here lies the challenge. Alignment is simple, but it's not easy, because alignment requires belief. It requires trust. It requires feeling before seeing. And humans have been conditioned to do the opposite, to see first, then believe. We were told as children to be realistic, to stop daydreaming, to trust only what can be measured and touched. Slowly, imagination was downgraded to fantasy, when in truth, imagination is the blueprint of reality. Einstein once said, "Imagination is everything. It is the preview of life's coming attractions." He wasn't being poetic. He was stating a law of creation. Everything you see in this world existed first as imagination. The airplane was once a dream in the Wright brothers' minds. The smartphone you're holding was once just a sketch in an engineer's notebook. Every creation follows the same path: imagination, belief, manifestation. So why do people refuse to believe in quantum manifestation? Because it is too easy, because it sounds childish, because it doesn't match the narrative of struggle and effort society has sold us. We are told that success requires grinding, that abundance requires sacrifice, that happiness must be earned. When someone comes along and says, "You can align your energy and watch reality bend," the conditioned mind screams, "Impossible." But look closer. Haven't you already experienced this? Think of the times when you worried obsessively about something, only for it to happen exactly as you feared. Worry is nothing more than negative manifestation. Imagination charged with emotion. The field doesn't differentiate between what you want and what you don't want. It only reflects where your attention and energy are directed. Focus on lack, you multiply lack. Focus on opportunity, you multiply opportunity. Let me give you a simple example. Two people walk into a job interview. One says to themselves, "I'm probably not good enough. They'll see my flaws. I'll mess this up." The other says, "I have value to bring. This opportunity is mine. I can already feel myself thriving here." Who do you think the interviewers feel drawn to? Same room, same opportunity, but different vibration. The quantum field responds accordingly. Now, skeptics might argue, that's just psychology, not manifestation. But psychology is part of the mechanism. Your thoughts shape your emotions generate a vibration, and your vibration interacts with the field. Science and spirituality are not separate. They are two perspectives on the same phenomenon. The brain emits measurable electromagnetic waves. The heart produces the largest electromagnetic field in the body. When you combine coherent thoughts and elevated emotions, you're broadcasting a powerful signal into the quantum field. That signal collapses possibilities into experience. Here's the deeper truth. You don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. Wanting is not enough. Wanting often comes from a place of lack. The universe doesn't respond to your words, it responds to your state of being. If you embody abundance, you align with abundance. If you embody love, you align with love. If you embody fear, you align with fear. Reality is a mirror reflecting your inner frequency. This explains why so many people feel stuck. They say, I want wealth, but I'm broke. I want love, but I'm alone. I want health, but I'm sick. What they don't realize is that their current reality is simply delayed feedback from past states. Reality lags behind consciousness. What you're experiencing today is the echo of who you were yesterday. If you only believe what you see, you're trapped in a cycle. To break free, you must feel before it's visible. You must live as if. This is why manifestation feels like a paradox. It is the simplest process in the world, yet the hardest for humans to accept. Because it requires faith in the unseen. But in truth, we already live by unseen laws every single day. When you plant a seed, you don't dig it up the next morning to check if it's sprouted. You trust the process. When you send a message across the internet, you don't see the signals flying through the air, but you trust it will arrive. When you step on an airplane, you don't calculate aerodynamics. You trust the laws of flight. Why then do we struggle to trust the unseen law of manifestation? The answer often comes down to one thing: worthiness. People don't reject manifestation because they doubt the universe. They reject it because they doubt themselves. Deep down, many carry the belief, I don't deserve it, I'm not enough. And the field mirrors that belief with painful accuracy. This is why inner work is not optional. Self-love, forgiveness, and worthiness are not fluffy concepts. They are the foundation of manifestation. You cannot receive what you secretly believe you don't deserve. And here's the liberating truth. Worthiness is not something you earn. It's something you remember. You were born worthy. Every child arrives believing they are enough. It is society that teaches otherwise. When you peel away the conditioning, you return to your natural state, and in that state, manifestation accelerates. So let's distill the formula. Reality is a mirror of your inner state. Imagination is the blueprint. Emotion is the fuel. Belief is the switch. Worthiness is the filter. And the quantum field responds with flawless neutrality. Does this mean life will always give you exactly what you want instantly? No. The timing, the path, the form, it all unfolds with intelligence beyond what the mind can see. But the alignment always works. When you shift your state, reality begins to rearrange. People appear, opportunities emerge, synchronicities multiply. What seemed impossible begins to feel inevitable. And that's the irony. Manifestation is so easy, so natural, so embedded in the design of reality that most people can't believe it. They complicate it, they resist it, or they dismiss it. Yet the truth remains. You are already manifesting every second of your life. The question is not whether you're manifesting, but whether you're doing it consciously or unconsciously. If you choose to believe, to feel, to align, the quantum field becomes your ally. If you choose to doubt, resist, and fear, the field mirrors that back as well. The universe is impartial. It doesn't play favorites. It simply amplifies the frequency you send. So ask yourself this: if life is always responding to me, what am I broadcasting? That is the secret people refuse to believe. That is the simplicity they overlook. That is the truth hidden in plain sight. Quantum manifestation is so easy, the hardest part is accepting it. As you begin to step consciously into quantum manifestation, you'll notice something profound. The universe begins to respond in ways that feel almost miraculous. It starts subtly. Small coincidences, unexpected opportunities, or moments where life seems unusually supportive. Some call it luck, some call it timing, But those who understand the quantum law recognize it as alignment. The field responds to the frequency you broadcast, and as your inner state shifts, the outer world mirrors it. This is the point where most people stumble. They see evidence of synchronicity but fail to understand its source, attributing it to chance rather than their own focused vibration. Manifestation is not about forcing reality to conform to your will. It's about becoming a match for the reality you desire. When your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs harmonize, the universe naturally organizes around them. Your consciousness acts like a magnet, attracting the circumstances, people, and experiences that resonate with your state of being. This is why consistency matters more than intensity. A brief moment of high-frequency thought is like a spark. Sustained alignment is what creates the wildfire of transformation. Yet even those who start seeing results often face resistance from themselves, from society, and from old patterns embedded deep in the subconscious. Fear, doubt, and old beliefs act as invisible barriers. They whisper, "This can't be real. You're imagining it. You're being naive." These internal critics are powerful because they are familiar. For years, the mind has conditioned itself to cling to struggle, to accept limitations, to distrust effortless abundance. Overcoming these patterns requires patience, awareness, and repeated practice in choosing alignment over doubt. An essential step in mastering manifestation is learning to embody the desired state before it physically manifests. This is often called acting as if. If you desire love, live as the person who is already loved. If you seek wealth, adopt the mindset and emotional frequency of abundance now, not later. The universe cannot distinguish between your actual circumstances and the energy you radiate. Emotion is the amplifier, and sustained alignment ensures that the quantum field has a clear signal to respond to. The subtle art of manifestation also involves letting go. Paradoxically, desire without attachment produces the clearest results. When you cling to an outcome with desperation, your vibration becomes chaotic, mixing hope with fear. This confusion weakens the signal sent to the field. Surrender, then, is not giving up. It is trusting the unseen intelligence of the universe to organize the perfect conditions. The field always works in your favor, but only when your energy flows without resistance. Stories of extraordinary manifestation, people recovering from illness, finding unexpected love, or achieving financial breakthroughs, illustrate these principles. While the external details differ, the internal process remains consistent. Clarity of vision, emotional resonance, unwavering belief, and persistent alignment. These examples serve as proof that the universe operates on precise laws of vibration and frequency, not randomness or luck. Another key aspect is the awareness of self-worth. Even when people consciously attempt to manifest, unconscious self-limiting beliefs can block the flow. Thoughts like, "I don't deserve this," or "I'm not enough," act as invisible filters that prevent manifestation from fully materializing. Transforming these beliefs is crucial. Practices like self-reflection, affirmation, gratitude, and visualization recalibrate the subconscious mind, clearing the path for reality to mirror your conscious intentions. Timing and flow are also part of the quantum equation. Just because you align with a desire doesn't mean it will appear instantly. The universe arranges the sequence, introducing the right people, lessons, and opportunities to support the manifestation in its most beneficial form. This is why patience and observation are critical. You cannot force the field. You can only tune your frequency and allow the orchestration of events to unfold naturally. At this stage, most practitioners begin noticing patterns, synchronistic events, repeated numbers, chance encounters. These are signs that your frequency is matching the desired reality. Instead of interpreting them as coincidences, understand them as confirmation that you are resonating with your manifestation. Awareness of these signs strengthens belief, fuels alignment, and accelerates results. Finally, manifestation is cumulative. Each intentional thought, feeling, and action compounds over time. The more you practice, the more effortless it becomes. What initially required conscious effort eventually becomes second nature, shaping not just isolated outcomes, but the very framework of your life. In this way, manifestation is both a skill and a state of being, a constant partnership with the quantum field, in which you co-create your reality effortlessly once alignment is achieved. In essence, emphasize that manifestation works not because of force, but because of conscious alignment. Awareness, self-worth, emotion, consistency, and trust in the unseen are the pillars of this process. Those who embrace these principles experience life as a flow of infinite possibilities, where the impossible becomes inevitable, and the universe responds faithfully to the signals they emit. And now, the choice is yours. Every thought you think, every feeling you cultivate, and every belief you hold is shaping the reality you experience. Quantum manifestation is not a trick, not a secret, and not reserved for a select few. It is your birthright. The universe responds faithfully to your frequency, reflecting back what you radiate. The only question is whether you will resist its simplicity or embrace it fully. Align your mind, elevate your emotions, trust the unseen, and step into the effortless power you've always had. Your reality is waiting. Are you ready to receive it?